Good morning and welcome. This is Development Stories on Osrc television. My name is Oyewumi Ayinigbara. The formalization of a $50 billion investment agreement by the Ondo State government with an international consortium under the Sunshine Infrastructure Joint Venture JV is a bold step to position the state as a major industrial hub in Nigeria. The deal involves global partners under the Sunshine Infrastructure Joint Venture. The venture had secured over $50 billion for the development of a 500,000 barrels per day refinery and a 1,471 hectare sunshine free trade zone in a larger local government area of the state. Government House correspondent Wahab Ankole has details.
The $50 billion investment facilitated by Sunshine Infrastructure Joint Venture is a testament to the commitment of the present administration under the leadership of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa to position the state as the hub of industrial growth and development in Nigeria. The funding followed the successful execution of the Memorandum of Understanding between the joint venture and the state government through the State Investment Promotion Agency, ONDIPA. The managing director of Sunshine Infrastructure Joint Venture, Mr. Henry Owonka, explained that the project's initial $30 billion valuation was reviewed to $50 billion following an expansion to cover broader infrastructure and community-driven programs. He revealed that the investors will introduce social programs focusing on healthcare, youth empowerment, and skills acquisition to ensure inclusive growth.
To move things forward, Backbone has now become Sunshine Joint Venture Company Limited with our partners to ensure that we move this project to the next phase and try to expedite things. And this includes funding of this whole project that we put together, which we believe will help Ondo State move the state to where it needs to be. So we brought in our partners. They are also very keen. They're happy to be here. They want to be able to see, what we're talking about. We're more than happy to move things forward. We're expediting things. We know the piece of work we're going to start first, straight away on site. We want our people to start benefiting. We want to create opportunity, create jobs. We're looking at training programs already that we're discussing.
A representative of one of the partners in the consortium said the group had already begun preparations before arriving in the state and explained that beyond the oil refinery and free trade zone, the investment will drive industrial, agricultural, aviation, and healthcare development. Governor Aiyedatiwa described the partnership as a strategic step towards sustainable industrialization and long-term economic stability. He assured the investors of his administration's commitment to transparency, a conducive business climate, and full protection of their investments.
I want to thank you for the choice of Ondo State to invest this huge amount of money, this investment. It's going to turn the state around, not just the state, even Nigeria as a whole, because 50 billion coming to the economy is huge money. It's going to stimulate the economy. Yes, it's not going to come as one single move, but as it's coming in, it will be stimulating the economy. A lot of activities will be going on, and then commerce, trade, and movement of people. Because the moment the final deal is sealed and you are hitting the ground or breaking the ground, the news will go everywhere. People are talking about hotel already. So before now, they never thought it would happen. But by the visit of today and the news that will still go out from here, they will know that this is a serious business. And the people behind it, they are serious people and they mean business. The chairman, His Excellency, former Senate President Ken Lamar, we were together last night. He has to come himself to further, confirm the move. So, and I believe now that you're into the site and the team now working together, by the time you get back to your situation room, if you like, be able to firm up every other thing. So we are waiting for it to hit the ground running.
Governor Aiyedatiwa noted that his government has been deliberate in implementing policies that promote ease of doing business, adding that the project will stimulate productivity and economic growth across multiple sectors. Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
The federal government has announced plans to reintegrate over 1 million out-of-school children into the formal education system across Nigeria. The Minister of Education, Tunji Alausa, made this known at the 69th National Council on Education Summit in Akure, Ondo State. Alausa said the initiative being implemented in collaboration with the National Commission for Almajiri and Out-of-School Children in Education involves mapping and documenting children from 12,600 communities nationwide. He explains that the program targets children between the ages of 7 and 9 who will be enrolled in low-cost private schools and training centers. According to him, over 21,000 out-of-school children have already been identified across the Federal Capital Territory and handed over to the FCT Education Secretariat for enrollment. He added that the ministry has established 109 functional learning centers and transit schools across the 36 states and the FCT, through which 15,224 learners have been enrolled so far. The Senate has approved landmark legislation prescribing up to 14 years in prison for lecturers who sexually harass students. The Sexual Harassment of Students Prevention and Prohibition Bill 2025, moved by Senate leader Okoyemi Bamidele Ekiti Central, seeks to dismantle what he described a culture of coercion and silence that has eroded trust between educators and students. Under the new act, educators convicted of sexual harassment face a minimum of 5 years and up to 14 years imprisonment with no option of fine. The law lists as offenses demanding or forcing sex from a student or prospective student, making unwelcome sexual advances, or creating a hostile environment, touching, kissing, hugging, or pinching a student in a sexual manner, sending sexually explicit pictures or remarks, stalking, or making sexually suggestive jokes or comments. The new law is stated that even indirect publicity, such as aiding or inducing another person to commit sexual harassment, now carries criminal weight. The Act also removes the defense of consent, stating clearly that only a legally recognized marriage between both parties may serve as an exception. It added that students or their representatives, including family members, guardians, or lawyers, can now file a written sexual harassment petition directly with the Nigerian Police Force, the Attorney General, or the institution's dependent Sexual Harassment Prohibition Committee. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has alerted the Nigerian public about the circulation of dangerous illicit substances being falsely packaged and marketed to the public as medicinal cannabis. NDLEA said the public alert became necessary following credible intelligence, which led to the arrest of a 28-year-old drug kingpin Afiz Salis on November 1, 2025. In a statement by the agency's spokesman, Femi Babafemi, said Salisu was allegedly packaging and distributing synthetic and high-potency cannabis strains in designer pouches and cups labeled as medicinal cannabis. It said 16.4 kilogram substances, including strains identified as Colorado, Arizona, Canadian Loud, and Ghana Loud, were recovered from the location. He urged Nigerians, particularly young people, not to be swayed by packaging or health claims and encouraged the public to report anyone involved in the distribution of such products to the nearest NDLEA office. The federal government has alleged that foreign lobbyists, particularly in the United States, are driving claims of a Christian genocide in Nigeria and influencing international perceptions of the country's security challenges. Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris made a claim during a press conference in Abuja, stating that government findings show a deliberate attempt to misrepresent Nigeria's internal security situation. This comes amid the United States redesignation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern over alleged religious persecution and mass killings of Christians, a position the Nigerian government has strongly rejected. Idris stated that while insecurity remains a serious concern affecting communities across the country, there is no evidence that any religious group is being specifically targeted. It described the U.S. stance as a product of misrepresentation and misinformation, insisting that violent groups in Nigeria do not operate on religious lines. And that's developing stories to join us at 12 for Wood News. Good morning.